Hi, I'm Hannah Bernard. You're watching Market 1 Minute, and I'm here today with William Lamb of Lucara Diamonds. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thanks, Hannah.
So let's start off with broader terms. Tell us about the focus of the company right now and the location of your project.
So, as I'm sure most of the viewers will remember, we have our main asset in Botswana. It's in the Orapa Kimberlite district, so where mining has actually occurred for the past 40-45 years, specifically diamond mining. And that's the same area where we have our exploration project. So continuing to focus on both operations, the delivery of what we've said in terms of revenue, but also now starting to expand the portfolio into exploration and other activities in the area.
And this is something that's very important to Lucara, is the uniqueness within the company. So tell us how you're doing things differently there.
So I think since we started, not just the acquisition from De Beers, who doesn't generally sell assets very often, but the way we approached the development of the project, the technologies which we've put in place. And since we started operations in 2012, we continued to add, I would say, groundbreaking technologies for the recovery of value. So most of the time, people look to recover the maximum sort of volume of diamonds, and they'll put in a lot of comminution technology. But when we look at the use of the autogenous mill, the use of the X-ray transmission, the XRT machines, which we have, we're looking to reduce costs but maximize recoveries. And a lot of that has actually led to the success which we've had.
And let's talk about that success. You recently released a financial report, very exciting. So tell us about that, going into that.
So again, the market reaction, even though we did tell them what we'd actually sold in revenue in the end of 2016, but if we look at the results as a whole, compared to where we've been before, we actually sold about $30 million more of diamonds, about 12% more than what we've ever sold before, about 20% more than what we did the year before, and total revenue was around about $295 million. From that, we actually generated cash of $103 million. And that's given us the ability to pay a significant amount of that back to shareholders, which I think is a significant positive thing for us. We actually had some brokers do some research for us, and we found that there are very few companies who have actually ever paid back more in dividends than what they ever raised in the capital markets. And we are now one of a very select few. And if we look at the guidance which we've put out looking forward, 2017 and onwards, we expect that to continue, especially knowing that we still have some very nice stones in inventory.
Yes, it's very rare. So let's talk about those forward-looking plans. What are the future plans for the company? So
where we're going at the moment, we've got our standard guidance, I think the production which pays the bills. We're still looking at $220 million worth of revenue for the year. That does not include the sale or the potential sale of the Lesedi La Rona diamond. We still keep that one in inventory. We're looking at different ways of how best to monetize that. But I think we're now looking outside of the production environment. We have the 2 prospecting licenses, which are within 15 and 30 kilometers of our mine in Botswana. We're advancing the exploration there. We should have results out at the late back end of the first quarter 2017 on the BK2 kimberlite. And I think the most exciting thing for us internally is the deep drilling. So the indicated resource we have now only goes down to 400 meters. But we know when De Beers had it, they drilled it all the way down to 758. So we're doing deep drilling at the moment to extend the indicated resource, which gives us potentially another 8 to 10 years of life of mine if we decide to go underground. So there's a lot more potential to continue to deliver what we have for a much longer period of time.
So evidently there's a lot for investors to look forward to coming from Lucara.
I think if we go back and we have a look at what Lucara has been able to do over the last 2 or 3 years, I get accused that, you're not putting out any news. And sometimes I think investors have to understand that there is no news. But we've always had these areas where it's been very, very positive. But it's very, very seldom that we'll actually put out negative news. And I think that's been one of the mainstays of Lucara's investment focus. When we have news, we'll put it out. We won't put out news just for the sake of putting out news. But generally, when we do put it out, it is very material and it has a very positive impact on our share price.
Quality over quantity.
Exactly.
So you have this investor audience here, William. Talk about what makes Lucara special to you.
I think it's not just the fact that we have the most phenomenal mine, and I'm sure that every CEO of a diamond company would say exactly that. But we've actually got testament to what the mine can produce. We're looking at way over 100 stones now being sold for more than $1 million. That is a significant achievement from a company's perspective. And then you look at how many we've sold at $5 million, $10 million. All of that is part of what we now include in our guidance. And through those numbers, the continual delivery of the mine, which has enabled us to sort of strengthen our balance sheet on an ongoing basis, even though we are paying out a significant amount of that money back to shareholders, I think is really what sets us apart from most other mining companies.
As always, it's such a pleasure, William. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thanks, Anna.